Welcome back to the best damn arm wrestling sports show. You're here with your host, Reza Domaganian and Scott Wynn. We got Oleh Moisei and Eli Saidov in the house. And we're going to go over some crazy matches that we just had this last day and maybe some ones from the previous weeks ahead or behind us. So, Oleh, throw us some thoughts on the match between Michael Todd and Devin Lorette.
Hey, hold on. Oleh, what's up, man? It's good to see you, first of all. Eli, good to see you,
Hey,
brother.
what's up? How you doing?
Good, man. Just chilling, just relaxing, fucking gathering in all of our thoughts after the big match today.
Yeah.
With,
Oh yeah, that was great. Devin Lorette, man.
Yeah. So just real quick, Oleh, a little background. You're originally from Ukraine, right?
Yes. I was born in Ukraine, moved to US like 4 years ago, and been competing like 3 years. Yeah, and just was competing in Hawthorne, Nevada recently. That was actually my first tournament I did in US, and I've been going there every year for the 4 years. The first year, I think that's where I met you and Reza.
Yeah, Tonopah or Hawthorne?
Maybe I met you in Tonopah.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Reza?
Yeah, it was Tonopah.
But I met you in Hawthorne, right? And you went to Tonopah too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was sick tournaments. I fucking loved it.
Those tournaments, man, Hawthorne, dude, was one of the big payers for a long time, dude. You could go there, and if you were a good arm wrestler and place in the top three, walk away with a really good prize.
Yeah, I just really love how that tournament grows. Every year you see it higher level and more people come and it's bigger show. Yeah, so it's like 4 years in a row. I'm really excited to like watch what's gonna be next year.
Yeah, it seems like it does get better every year, that's for sure.
Yeah,
And
what,
that was
what was that, Ilya?
that was my first time at the Hawthorne tournament.
All right. Okay, cool.
It
What'd
was
you
kind
think?
One thing I noticed is that Bill Collins ref this year. Oleh, did you notice that as well? It wasn't Leonard this year. It was
Yeah, actually
Leonard for like 10 years.
Collins now.
Yeah, so it's a Bill Collins event. Continue, Ilya. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh yeah, I was just saying that it was my first time. I know it's been like this every year. I just didn't go for some reason. I don't know why, but it was good, after taking a couple of years off. It feels good to be back and be, with arm wrestling people and friends and all, it's good to meet all.
You looked really strong.
Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like
He took a long break.
yeah.
The last time I saw Ilya was in 2018's Lodi Tour?
Yeah, no, 2017, no?
2017's Lodi Tour, yeah.
Yeah, that was my last probably big tournament.
What weight class you went to? Slotty?
Yeah. He came to Lodi with me. What 86?
It was 78 kilos.
78 kilos.
Yeah, you got injured, right?
Yeah, so yeah, I got injured and then I broke my right arm. So that's when I took my 4 years off.
Wait, you broke your arm in Zloty?
Zloty tour, yes.
Oh my god, it was crazy.
Yeah.
The guy
It was nightmare, man.
pretty much Ilya had pinned the guy and they didn't catch it. It happened so fast the refs didn't catch it. So Ilya turned to the ref to say like, what the hell, you didn't see what happened. And then when he turned to the ref, the guy hit him and separated him. And then the ref said it's not a foul. So Ilya went like this and his arm went.
That was my big mistake. I was just so mad and his elbow was jumping like 2-3 times. I'm like, you don't see his elbow? He's like, no. And then I separated pretty, far. So that I feel like that was my mistake, and that's why I got injured. So from now on, I'm gonna be watching that, and and for everybody else, just don't separate yourself unless like you feel pretty confident with it, because I never, know that my arm is gonna break. So
no, you were a very
I feel good. I'm, back training. My ride is good. So
You feel confident?
yeah.
That's good. Well, how'd you feel against Oleh?
Oleh strong guy, you know, at his age. So he's gonna be a top athlete because he's so young and you know he's got so much ahead of him. So I'm looking forward for a rematch though in the super match.
It's funny because we were talking about this being like a super match. Oh, what happened?
Nothing. We're good.
You
Keep
sure?
going.
Time
Yeah,
limit's okay? Just
Yeah.
hit okay on my button?
yeah, you're all good. Keep going.
Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah, when you guys ended up pulling each other, and we were talking about trying to set up a big match with you two because we knew what a good setup that
Yeah.
would be.
We both, if I'm ready at 100%, you know, then you know it's gonna be a good one because I know when I'm 100%, I'm different. But you know, it was good to be back anyways, and I feel good with second place. So I'm back to training again. So
Both of you
Absolutely,
guys
dude.
fully trained would be a very good match.
yeah,
A very good match, especially a best of 5 where you can start to figure each
best
other
of
out.
5, 6.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
You guys could go best of 7 like Michael and Devin.
No,
Yeah.
they did 6. No, wait.
Well, they went best of 5.5 because it was a half arm, the left arm. Michael doesn't really.
Is that not the funniest thing? Let's have a six-man rounds. And then if there's a tie, we'll have a tiebreaker instead of just saying the best of 7.
Well, that was a way of settling kind of like the vendetta path, where the vendetta matches went best of 6, and then often you would have a tie. So
Yeah.
they kind of did that to kind of counter that, to give an end, you know,
Just
give a definite.
I think that
the PAL in there.
Yeah,
That's funny.
give a definite winner.
6 matches, it's enough.
6 matches is like more than enough. And
That's
then
like-
if it's 3-3, I mean, what was the point? To say that we're equal, like we're even?
No,
Yeah, that's the
honestly,
first-
after the 4th one, like you don't go with full force. It's like you can like hit just like
You don't
really like
care. Yeah.
four like times in a row. If you hit, like you get tired.
Yeah.
You get tired fast. I don't know how you guys hit, but like I like to have some break between matches.
Yeah. So who do you think was gonna win in the Coach Ray versus the what was the guy you went against? I don't know his name.
I don't know.
It was like Saidov, right? Or something like
Yeah.
that.
Seydu or something like that. I think his name was.
Yeah.
Did you watch the matches, Eli?
Yeah, I watch all the matches. So I don't know that guy, the Indian guy. So
No
it was
idea.
interesting. I thought that the Indian guy is gonna win because the first 2 rounds he's just smashed him, you know. And then
Yeah, dude, he took hand control, totally had Ray off.
yeah. So and then
Took complete hand control, posted up, and then Ray was like, you know what, I gotta slip and get in the strap and see what happens.
Yep.
With the handicap. So Ray got in the strap and it did change. It changed it all.
Oh,
up.
he felt confident with the strap and then the Indian guy he's just got tired and I'm sure he got
Yeah, he separated and he didn't move. Like he
Yeah.
didn't do anything to counter except
After
sit there and try to
second
hold.
he was pretty much done.
Yeah, I agree.
If it was best of 3, then he could have won.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
that's why
And
they
then
did.
Coach Ray would just go to strap right away.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we underestimated him too.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, how do you like the new rule, by the way, or is it new rule or not?
Which one?
Like 30 seconds if you like running fouls and all that, you know.
Well, I mean, go ahead, Reza. You know, I listened to their rules. I don't know if you ever did.
I didn't really pay attention to the rules, to be honest.
Yeah, I listened to them, so that's why I was all the more sure that Devin was going to win, with no doubt in my mind. When they went over the rules for the last time, I was like, "There's no way Mike can win," because they pretty much cornered him from doing all the illegal activity.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He couldn't do the King's move,
And table was different too.
and the table was a
kinda-
huge factor.
Yeah.
Huge. Without the difference in the 2
Right.
inches on each pad, that's 4 inches of spread that he didn't get to try to run and actually like just come out that back door. And Devin contained his hand and stayed deep in his palm and kept control of his hand and stayed tall. And yeah, his leverage was too much of a factor for Mike. That's my opinion.
It really feels like Davon was trying to train his side. I don't know, but like I feel like his side was like so confident. You know, he went right there. He knew he got it. You know, it's like he knew he has to do it again, even against the Kings move too. So
Yeah, I was telling Scott earlier, if you go back to Travis Badgett's match against Michael Todd, there was one match in WAL where Michael stacks high, or I mean Travis stacks high, and he's like here, and then he just drives straight sideways with it, and he actually got a pin on Michael on that day, and it was a controversial match, but I think there was a lot to learn from that match, that if you can keep your shoulder behind it and have enough side pressure, that there is an opening for Michael. And as Scott was saying, with those new rules put in place, it really prevented him from going into the moves. I didn't study the rules, but I could definitely tell from the way that Michael was arm wrestling that there had to be some kind of adjustment to the rules, because he was definitely not arm wrestling like a traditional Michael Todd. There was only one time that I actually saw him drop into the King's move, and that was the time that he actually caught the hit on Devin.
And again, you know, props to Mike for arm wrestling within the rules, you know what I mean? And not making it didn't turn into a mockery, which some people thought, and myself included. Totally relieved the integrity of the sport. The matches were super clean. I mean, like to the T, you know what I mean? Like to me, that was art in motion. You know what I mean? Devin dominated, kept complete control of Monster Todd, who's a beast, and he kept him from doing a move that
random question. Now, from your perspective, Ilya, does Michael Todd's loss take Devin to the category where he's comparable to Levon, or is Levon still considered the strongest in the world? I want to hear Oleg's opinion and your opinion. You go first, Ilya.
I think right now Levon, I think, is number one. But like me personally, I thought Michael is gonna win.
Same here, Baba.
I thought Devin is gonna take the first 2 rounds, and then Michael is gonna.
I knew it.
I thought he was going to have more endurance too. No, I thought Devin gaining all that mass was going to hurt.
I feel like last time Devin was really strong as too, but I think Michael had more endurance. That's why he won. And same thing here. I thought Michael is going to have more endurance than Devin, and Devin is gonna win first 2, maybe 3, and then Michael, is gonna win with his endurance. But Devin was too strong. Yeah, and he was what, 20 pounds over, or what was he?
Well, Devin normally would walk around at like 230 to 240.
230, yeah. But now
he gained at least 40 pounds of mass. You can see it in his face, you can see it in his shoulders.
Yeah, so that's made a huge difference. And so I think if Levon and Devin is gonna arm wrestle, so I think it's gonna be a good one. And right now I think Levon is good, but if Devin is gonna get real ready, then Devin might be a number one.
Real ready? I think you fucking just did get real
ready.
He's
ready now, of course, yeah. But I'm saying, as of right now, I think Levon is yeah. But for Devin to beat Levon, I feel like he needs to put into a little bit more work. Just my opinion, but
yeah, I think he's a threat right now.
Like maybe he's number one already. You never know, but it's just I think Levon is number one right now, but you never know.
How about you, Oleg? What do you think?
I'm just like building my opinion from just like Eli talking, and honestly, I would like to see more Davin against Vitali. I think it
Oh, good one.
would be more interesting. I don't think that Davon can beat Levon. That's like when he will pull Levon. Levon has completely different hand, completely different technique. I don't think Davon can apply that. That what he did to Michael, you know, because like Levon is a different story. Like you guys
You
saw
gotta,
the
if you can't stop
comparison.
Levon, then you cannot do nothing. That's it. You have to stop Levon. That's it. If you can't
Yeah.
stop his hit, then
It's over.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think that, but Latin, Vitali, that could be interesting.
He's
That's a great matchup. Definitely. a
found-
good
I
pick.
actually met Andre and he assisted with his training routine and very crazy training that he went through training from a very young age, Vitaly. Yeah.
Really?
Russia, yeah. So he's been in it for a long time, like similar like how you've been doing it for since you were younger, and Ilya's been doing it since he was younger. You know, under the right guidance, that guy is gonna be a deadly force in the next 5 years. I think he
No,
may
that's true.
may confuse a lot of people with the power, but I think that the general arm wrestling community kind of compares Vitaly to like a Matt Mask.
Little bit, yeah.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Kind of
Sure.
like they kind of create that comparison, but I don't think that we truly understand Vitaly's potential and his strength. Matt's
I-
strong.
Why is it compared to Matt Mask?
Just because of the statute, that's their build and their length.
Yeah,
Oh.
they
That's
both
where
tall,
Devin-
their arms
yeah,
are long, and they both top rollers.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's where Devin and Vitali, they definitely line up. And that looks to be like that would be a fucking good war, very strategical. And again, whoever gets hand control is gonna win that match. more than likely.
I think Devin right now versus Vitaly right now, I think Devin is gonna beat Vitaly right now.
I agree with
Because-
Ilya. I
because
agree with Ilya. Devin's the tank.
Strong right now, he's way
Ridiculous.
strong.
No doubt about it, right? Devin's a beast,
I mean, yeah,
rare
I
form.
don't think Vitaly as of right now, but if they both train together and all that, you know, you'll see a different story. But as of right now,
I think in a 3-match super match, Vitali can beat Devin. But in the 6 rounds, I think it's Devin. I think it's also depends. Vitali can do a good hit. If
Yeah.
he's in a good form, he can like hit really hard. I don't think Devin can stop it for 2 matches.
How about Dennis Saplankov in healthy form versus Devin from
No.
right now?
Now we're talking about, let's stay on subject. So Eli, what's next for you? Like, what's your next tournament? Oregon? You
I
going
don't
to-
so I don't think so. I'm just, getting ready, I don't know. Maybe me and Oleg is gonna have a super match.
Oh, that's coming, huh? I can taste that one if you guys can, if you're patient enough and you don't, you know what I mean? All these guys pee their pants a little bit every time somebody says, hey, you want a match? So,
Yeah, yo, let's do it. While I'm in a good form and you're getting ready,
yeah.
so let's just do it, bro.
What are you guys weighing right now? What do you weigh right now, Ilya?
84, 85. I go to bed at 184. During the day, I'm 185.
so 185 would be the number then, right?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Ilya? What are you walking around at?
189.
Wow.
Okay, so you'd have to do a little cut. Would you be okay with a small cut to 185?
Yeah, that's what I did for Hawthorne.
Not eating for a day?
Yeah, not even for
190, it doesn't have to be 185 because I can gain weight too. And, like Devin.
No, I think both you guys should gain weight just to be safe if you want to keep winning, because there's a lot of guys that are on the comeback in that 185 class that I don't think you guys can keep up with anyways.
No, okay, we can do 190 if you want.
There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, I don't care. 190 or 185.
Doesn't honestly,
Best
I don't
of
think it
7?
matters because I'm not gonna concentrate on
Well,
weight. I'm gonna
Best of
concentrate on
6.
strength.
But if it's 3 and 3, yes, it's 7.
You want to do 6 or best of 5?
5. Well, me and
Do 5. Let's make sense of it.
yeah, 5.
First guy that wins 3.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
You don't want to hurt your arm anyway, so. 6 is too much.
No, I don't care. What's the point of
Doesn't make
6?
sense.
What's the point of 6? Like,
No point.
The
arm
tie.
wrestling, win or lose. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think with 6, you can really see who is like if let's say we were talking about that Indian guy and the coach. The first 2, he just pinned him within seconds. So I feel like if it wasn't for 6, the Indian guy could have won if it was best of 3 or 5.
I got you, but reality is, if you don't beat me in the first 4 matches, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I'm dominant. I'm the winner. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
But if
I think pulling more is more dangerous.
more,
I think pulling more is more dangerous. So it's really
Yeah.
like unnecessary risk.
I agree.
Like usually when people have more matches, that's when they pull something, or
Sure.
Yeah,
Overdoing it. So what's your goals? What's your, like, besides this super match, do we have a date? You guys like wanna?
I think July,
Wait, like
middle
what
of
would you
July.
want to do? Would you want to do it on some maybe event or just like randomly?
Is there any events in July?
I don't know. I got offer from Kyle to pull Luke King in like August or something, September 3rd or something.
September in San Diego.
Yeah.
Look, Kent.
Well, the few he's doing that King of California thing. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know, what are you doing? How much you making on that match? You know?
No.
Nothing.
No, I think he wants to like put money down.
He?
So like Luke wants, like Luke just puts money and somebody else puts some. Winner gets.
Right. So
So-
put up or shut up, more or less. So
What does Luke want to compete at in that event? Like, who's calling the weight? Like, what's the weight class? Is there a weight class, or is it just go there and compete? He's willing to pull anyone.
No, actually, I think Kyle did.
yeah, I don't think Luke accepted it, or we don't even know at this point if Luke even knows.
Oh, okay.
We obviously know Luke's not gonna do it without getting paid one way or another, so. Yeah, so I'm sure they gotta work that stuff out, but again, that's kind of what we're talking about when you set up matches altogether, whether you wanna jumping in to have a super match just to have it, or have the patience to wait for the right time to do it. You know what I mean? Kind of making that adjustment of, when do I do this? What's the right time, and what organization are you doing it under? Who's gonna referee? A lot to consider than just saying, let's just have a super match and see what happens, That's my point.
What'd you guys feel of Bill's reffing in Hawthorne? Opinions, because I know that you both probably have different opinions, so I'd like to hear.
Well, I feel like
That's a dirty shit.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't see my pin. He probably didn't. And I feel like we should have watched the replay.
Reviewed the footage.
But but like I said, I feel good with second because I was, out for a couple of years, and to be back and take second against a guy like Oleg, I think, I feel-
Dude.
The only
No.
thing, Ilya, is like,
If I can get a great job.
as a referee myself, if it's not like an actual elbow cam,
One of the strongest ones over there.
I know he was worried about
I
you
was
'cause he talked
prepping. I
about
was
you the whole
prepping
way.
just for you, basically. And then Steve Russell came for right hand. He beat me first match right hand. I was like, wait a minute, like what?
Yeah, he that was my first match with him, and I felt like my forearm is like numb or something because I didn't really feel my, this, how you don't feel it when you're in the match.
Yeah.
That's what I felt, and maybe because I didn't warm up good. So after couple of more matches, then I started feeling better. So
Right hand for
that
me.
could have because I took a couple years off. That's why too. I don't know.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Oleg threw his first match, like 100% didn't know because, he hit early on the first 2 goes.
Yeah.
And then he was hesitant. And then Robbie, somehow they locked up and Robbie just powered through him. And I was like, yeah, I don't think Oleg was going to fucking get stuck in the war. He's too smart for that. And he just kind of let it go. And I was like, is he dropping in the loser's bracket for a reason?
Dude,
Is
loser
this a
bracket,
strategy?
it's been lucky for me, to be honest.
Yeah,
Not in the purpose though. But I know I knew I just fucked up first time. You know, I had to go talk all with him and then I went for the hook for some reason. Like really I didn't same thing like Eli had. I just didn't feel, you know, my arm right.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I don't know. July, I feel like I'll be ready in July.
July is next month.
No, June. Right now is June. And then July.
Is next month.
Yeah, July's after
Yeah.
June.
Yeah, so
You guys would have-
month and a half, and I think I should be ready.
Yeah, come over to
Or
LA.
because I don't really want to do it too close to the IFA.
Yeah, figured. I might go there too.
Yeah,
Well,
that's good.
Anyways, is it September or October?
Number.
September 15th, right now.
Okay. Yeah, I do it too close to the.
That's
Yeah.
already too close, to be honest.
You got
For me,
July, August? No, it ain't too close. July's plenty of time.
Yeah, I feel like middle of July is gonna. The thing is good, and then you got enough time to recover
Yeah.
and.
Think about that. July, so it's gonna be if you're gonna have a tough match, then after July, I want to have like 2 weeks of break, and then it's gonna be like kind of
All of
end of
August.
July is gonna be August, and you have only 1 month to get ready for the World because World is 15th, and you want like take it easier for last 2 weeks. So does that make sense to pull hard in July?
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah. See, yeah, July. Yeah, middle of July.
So the middle of July, all right. We'll figure something out. Me and my brother too.
Second, so not the first week, but second week on the weekends, I think. So that's like, you know, maybe 15, 18, 17. I have to check the calendar.
And you said you're not going to Oregon, right? On the 18th
No.
of June?
I'm not, no.
Why not? Any reason why or?
Just feel like going there because there's no point for me to go, you know.
When is it?
You're focused on your training, Ilya?
Yeah, I'm gonna arm wrestle. I'm gonna, you know, I'd rather get real ready for IFA than mess around in order.
Yeah, it's a beautiful road trip. Yeah, I'm probably gonna drive up there already. I'm thinking of.
When
doing
is
a
it?
road trip.
August?
It's June. It's like June 18th or something.
Oh,
like that.
June 18th. No, yeah. So if I'm gonna have a super match in July, then
Yeah,
why would I
June,
go
Oregon.
in June, you know? So
Hey, I'll send you a box of tissues, all right, brother?
okay.
How many
So-
weeks do you fucking guys need in between matches?
So if you guys do a super match,
I rest.
you guys want it to be just a super match or at an event?
Exactly.
It don't matter.
That was my question.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Then-
like, let's do something special. I mean, we can set up several super matches. We got like, July, we got time. We set up 3 more super matches we can do. We can find a spot. I mean, I don't think there's any tournaments that are gonna be going on. So
Yeah.
I recommend we do it in an atmosphere like I've been talking about, where we can film the whole thing and not have a ton of people fucking putting it out on video before you guys even
Okay,
put your own video
I
out.
have an offer.
Do that too.
I have an offer. Eli, let's do it in Oregon.
So in June,
No, it's June. I'm not gonna be ready.
You
It's
guys
like
are-
a couple of weeks, right? 2 weeks.
What do you gotta do? Like
I
grow
mean-
your hair out?
No, because like we can do it on the event, you know. So that would be a thing.
no, what it is you guys just pulled and Ilya went into negative positions. Because Ilya went into negative positions, he took more damage than you did, Ilya.
I know. I mean, I'm not.
So he needs more time to heal and to prep for an event.
Listen, coach.
Hey, coach.
And he'd be better already.
Oh, like I should do that. AJ Henson.
Pull it up.
Have you seen 205 final?
What was that, Ilya?
Have you seen 205 final for left hand from the Hawthorne.
With who was in it? AJ and
And him.
And me.
yeah, when you flashed him?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit.
No, I didn't flash him. I lost, but I took some damage from him.
Yeah. Yeah. Why did you felt confident? You thought you were gonna be able to snap him open, or
I felt it. I just messed up again. I started like I hit and I lost good position, and then he took over.
when you
I would try to do something. If I would play defensive, that would be a different story.
yeah, but when you set up the hit against him, were you no load or did you create a counter pressure?
I just went on the side.
So you just went sideways.
Yeah, kind of like I tried to go through his wrist, but he caught me.
Yeah, but did you load with him? Did you create any pressure? Or did you no load?
Yeah, not super. I like to start with the empty hand sometimes.
Yes.
So I mean, against him it's hard, but I was like halfway.
Yeah, with a bigger guy like that, you can't really try and focus on loading and popping out because if you try and match their pressure, they just have more power than you.
Exactly.
You have to like kind of give them like 15%, 20%, and then explode with 80 to 90%.
Exactly. For them, it's much harder to
Especially,
catch.
yeah. AJ's got a tremendously strong hand, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, his thick thumb too. The dude, his thumb is like.
But I wasn't planning to do that. I saw he was pulling more from like biceps.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to close my shoulder and pull with my lats,
Yeah.
Oh, I would lose the rest no matter what I felt, but I could drag him like a crack to the ear does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Greg's got some crazy drag side pressure at that wrist, just a little bit back.
That's kind of like a flop wrist lat drag.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Dude,
He
I
doesn't
love
go
it.
that far out, but yeah, it definitely opens up where you're like, you would think it's good for you. And then he just does that crazy. And I didn't get to feel it. He's
The thing
lucky.
is you don't feel pain. You don't get pain in here when you do that move. When you're
Depends
going
how-
sideways like that, doing all this.
Depends
you
how I
don't-
do it. Depends how I do it.
Yeah.
He's young,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
He's
because
like-
if I go sideways like this or like this, I know the next day I'm gonna wake up and go like, oh shit.
Sideways though.
Uh-huh.
You're pulling with your lats, so you're basically
Bruce
like
is coming
dragging,
back.
you're pulling back.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna watch your elbows because you can have the falls, but it's effective.
So elbow fell off the back of the pad.
So hey, let's go back to schoolboys match then. Or which one were we on? Were we on Coach Ray's? Or yeah, we didn't finish Coach Ray.
Yeah.
So Coach Ray ended up coming back and winning the super match, right? Basically 4-2, I think.
He said, okay, I need to get into the strap match. He got into the strap match and it changed the whole game plan for the Indian guys. So
I think he beat him once without the strap at the end, right? And I think there was one match they held on and Ray still kept control and beat him, I think. Not certain. And then there was a Schoolboy and Larry Wheels, dude.
What do you think of that, Oleg? Who do you think was gonna win before? You had a pretty good idea that Schoolboy?
Everything happened the way I expected.
Yeah.
I didn't think like Larry Wheels should have done same thing what we were just talking about, dragging with the lats
Yeah.
without the wrist, because there's no way he could stop him. There's no way he could top roll him. He would not do anything, but he would lose the wrist. And he had to learn how to pull without the wrist.
Yeah.
And
Well,
he
if
just like he was pulling through the biceps. He was basically holding with his biceps. And there's no way like
Yeah, it looked like I was telling Scott earlier, it looked like he injured his bicep in the match. Near the end of the match.
Larry.
Yeah, because he got into a position where he was like out here and it looked like his tendon got injured somewhere in here and he kind of grabbed his arm and walked off for a second and came back and kind of was pointing at his arm. So I think he might have injured his bicep a little bit. He was pulling in a very separated position.
It seemed like Schoolboy just got like, again, almost like Devin, just got complete hand control position and just was like, I got this. No problem. And he did. He pretty much handled business.
when you talk about match like this, you got a guy who trains every day.
Alex or Larry?
Yeah, Alex.
They
No, I'm
both
saying
train.
just arm wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how long he's been in arm wrestling, but you know, and then you take Larry, who is doing a lot of lifts, and
Bodybuilding.
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
strength. He's all about power, no
it's all
technique.
about power, so you take technique versus power.
Boom. Technique wins.
Technique is wins, so I knew that Schoolboy is gonna win, so there was no doubt.
Yeah, that high crane top roll that him and his brother both do.
Yeah, Larry probably another couple, maybe 1 years, just arm wrestling.
Yep, building the
Then-
technique.
Then it will be a match, but
Yeah, you got to get underneath this. You got to get that big long arm. You got to get like Devin did with Mike, even though Devin's arm's longer. You got to get up underneath that palm and basically come up underneath, drive underneath, so he loses a little hand position, goes down on your hand, and
Yep.
then you can kind of leverage a little bit and get that long arm to drop down a little bit, not have such that fucking drive and
Yeah,
that
you create
leverage. point,
Create
you know?
that gap in between the wrist and the hand by driving up. That's something that Devin's been using that technique for a long time, but he kind of put it away at that last WAO match with Devin, and it kind of affected the integrity of both of them, but they at least kept it, within the rules this time, which was kind of a big deal.
Yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it, dude. Like I said, I was screaming and yelling. It was very entertaining. I paid $8 to watch it. Jody Williams, as we know, he aired it.
Did
he
you
caught
guys-
a lot of shit for doing it, and I'm glad he did do it. Like I said, I ended up watching his broadcast,
Live feed.
the other one right beside it, which was a little bit ahead, but the other Jody's was more interesting, and I kind of just listened to that one instead.
Did you guys pay for the pay-per-view?
Well, I
I
should
did.
probably pay Jody, is what I was thinking.
No, but like Ole or Ilya, did you guys pay for the pay-per-view?
It actually was working and watching.
I was working. I wasn't planning to watch at all, to be honest. But then Scott sent me. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
It was like I was like outside.
I bought it this morning.
Yeah, a lot of people at 10 a.m. in the morning, I mean, that's what it was here on the West Coast. Most people are working and they can't jump on their phone and watch
Yeah.
some broadcast for an hour.
True.
So I think what he did was reasonable and shouldn't be looked at so harshly, especially because we're this big in the world of arm wrestling. So I don't think anybody noticed really. So if it reached one person outside of arm wrestling, which it looked like it did on his podcast, then great. You know what I mean? Somebody else knows about arm wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what we need, right?
True.
So
That's true. Yeah, he had like a lot of views too.
yeah, I mean, how many, like, there is up in Hawthorne, what we got, like, I think 4 different videographers that had different versions. That was pretty cool.
I love that. Honestly, I think they should make
so
some.
many different angles. Somebody, yeah,
They should make some one video of different angles. That would be the
Yeah.
safest one because you just see like 4 different videos, different angles, which they all, cool, they're all entertaining.
yeah, all shows a lot too.
All
Like what's
unique.
going on? Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's like the big shows, like it's Lodi, they'll have 2 cameras on the adjustable booms, and then they'll have one that's like stationed in one point, and then they'll have like camera guys off to the sides. And then we got the elbow cams as well. And it definitely, makes it into a professional show. I'd like
Yeah,
to see something
mean-
like that in the US.
This show that they just had in Dubai, I mean, really, I mean, there was nothing special about the staging, you know what I mean? It was set in the middle of a room. And they were smart enough to like seemed like they limited the filming where they really didn't go out a certain space. So you really don't know who was there.
Well, it looked like a convention hall. That's what when I was looking at it, the carpet, everything, it looked like a really nice convention hall that they threw a back screen on, a really nice LED back screen on.
Yeah.
They could throw up little logos. They have another guy who's working the digital cinematography, and he can pretty much like put up stats, which is just a picture of the athlete with a little bit of their weight and some information about them. And
Yeah, it was no Moldova, that's for sure. Dude, that was fireworks compared to, compared to this. I mean, the professionalism and the backdrop and the instant replay was top notch. As you know, even with Vendetta's kind of the same way. The
Las Vegas, the Vendetta and Vegas matches that we had, they were top notch, man. Some of the stuff we had on Fremont Street was badass.
Wow.
Yep, those are the good old days.
Well, I appreciate you guys for joining us. It was a good episode. Till next time.
Absolutely. Good times. Good seeing you, Eli.
Yeah, good
I
to
wish
see
you
you.
the best,
Well,
brother. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you, and hopefully we'll talk you into going to Oregon. Who
Yeah,
knows?
we will talk,
Now-
Eli.
look, it's what, in 2-3 weeks?
We'll talk.
Yeah, 3 weeks. You got 3 weeks.
Not
Actually,
enough.
more than that.
I'm always
Fine.
saying, so to me it doesn't matter, to be honest. But
No.
I'm in a good shape
do
right
it.
now, so I'm ready
Hey,
to do it.
We can do it in LA in July.
Okay.
Let's go.
It's all good. We'll figure it
I
out.
love this because it's funny because he wants to go June because he feels good now.
Yes, I
And
know.
Ilya wants to go July because he wants the extra month to prep.
No,
But,
I mean,
but his reasoning is good in one area because if you guys compete in July and one of you guys get injured, then IFA is out of the picture.
Whoa, that's way too deep. But,
No,
yeah.
that's
Being
true.
real. I'm just being real. I'm just being
I
real
know.
with you guys. Now, if you compete in June,
This room,
it doesn't
too.
give Ilya enough time to compete fairly because he needs time to rehab himself. So it's this weird situation where you might have to meet in the middle, like at the first week of July, maybe. You know what I mean? Or so we'll keep it up. We'll keep everyone updated.
Yeah, I'll look into the calendar and see first week or second week. We'll see, but it's definitely, if it's gonna be a super match, I want it in July for sure, not in June. I'm not even gonna talk about.
Yeah, that's still
I
plenty
see,
of
I see
time.
your reason. Like, yeah, you want to get ready. I mean that makes sense. That's fair.
Yeah.
July, I'll be ready for a super match too, so it's fun.
Yeah, and I'll be ready to ref you guys in July.
Around, man. Excuses. I don't need 2 weeks to prepare.
All right. Well, it was good to see you guys. So until soon, I guess. Scott. Well.
Take care. Take
Take it
care.
easy, guys.